Tactical Guy 1 here from the YouTube world, bringing you another video on how shills, counterintelligence agents, or simply ignorant people will do anything to get attention and try to stray the people from legitimate answers and real study to nonsense. And well, you can basically be lazy and it'll be okay because you can say magical words or magical questions, like in this case. This guy, Sovereign Dirt, he says certain things and he then tells people to please study Mark Stevens. Now, I am not going to say that Mark Stevens knows this person, because he might not. But this person is saying to study Mark Stevens after saying a lot of nonsense. So this guy in reality is making Mark Stevens look like Mark Stevens maybe taught him this stuff or showed him this stuff or whatever. But I want everybody to understand that I don't believe that. I believe this guy is just saying nonsense and then throwing Mark Stevens' name out there, maybe trying to discredit him for whatever reason. But that's what I believe, so you guys know ahead of time. This guy says here, what is an emergency and how can I help? That's the first question. I'm assuming this is what he's saying to ask an officer. I don't know. He calls this a script. And he says, am I under arrest, being detained? Am I free to go? Number 3, I believe I am in custodial arrest because I am not free to leave. If I give you anything, will you use it to further a legal charge against me? Repeat 1 through 3. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So basically, instead of saying, hi officer, how are you doing today? Here's my license, registration, insurance, or at least at a minimum, here's my identification, registration, and insurance. He's saying, oh, do this instead. 1 through 3. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat. And then number 1, it says establish authority or lack thereof, no emergency, there is a crime. And then he goes on. Number 2 establishes you are under arrest. No, try running. Number 3, if the cop answers yes, are you going to give them something? If they answer no, they aren't doing police work. Now are they? Oh, wow. So much good information here. Ask for name and badge number. 2 reasons. 1, for any recordings being made, and 2, for the demonstration of who serves who. I tell you, this talk about egomaniac. Then he goes on to say, study Mark Stevens. What facts or evidence do you rely on to prove that law applies to you? Save yourself. Print, post, share, stick in your visor, practice. Practice what? I don't know. If it's only 3 things you got to repeat anyways, that shouldn't be too hard. So we get in this heated debate here, and I said, wrong. Do this and record it. That way everyone can see you go to jail. It's a matter of fact that you have to provide a driver's license or some form of identification, insurance, and registration. If you don't provide identification at a minimum, you're going to jail. Study law before you study the internet. Then he says, what facts or evidence do you base your opinion? You have to provide a driver's license. If you don't have it, are you supposed to just pull it out of your butt? I guess the same can be said about your statement. No law supporting your statement, but if you want, I can do a simple search and verify what I said. The question is, can you? Because there is case law and anybody can just do a simple Google search. You have to provide identification to an officer if he believes you are have committed, or about to commit a crime. Then he says, I have verified what you said, and it failed for what I want to do. I want to travel freely and unmolested. You apparently want to not be tread upon, but want to force others to have driver's license and produce it upon inspection of your overlords. Not once did I ever say that as well, but this is how they work. This is how they change and twist what you have typed, when in fact that's not even the case. I said, funny that I don't have a license and yet you assume that I want the opposite for anyone else. However, you seem to not answer the question posed. Nice try. Then of course he responds with, I did answer, you just don't like it, and you seem to be driven to use some kind of Jedi mind trick to make me do it again, lol. And of course I put, if you say so. Then he says, I can do a simple search and verify what I said. The question is, can you? Sovereign Dirt, I have verified what you said and failed for what you want to do. You apparently want to be not tread upon. I guess it's a repeat. Then I put, Glad you verified it without any supporting cases, because then that's when I responded to how he said he verified it. Guess you'll just tell the judge a thing or two while you're at it. Tell him how he violated your rights. Oh, and please record that. Then he says, my research is maybe a little more extensive. Of course, he won't put it up so anybody can see, because he'll probably want to charge people. Well, you should already have it since you stated it as fact. Did you simply say something out of emotion? Because he still hasn't provided that. Then he says, it was a suggestion. What part of maybe don't you understand? What part of the above script is incorrect? Okay, so folks, this guy wants you to repeat 1 through 3 and just keep repeating it. If it doesn't go your way or something goes wrong and you keep repeating it, and somehow it'll go away. Then I said, none of it if it has no law supporting it. However, I'm sure you will say that it is correct without verifying it since you have somehow verified it in your mind. Then he says, why do I want to bring the law into it? Here we go, folks. This is what I'm talking about. When you cross-examine people, ask them enough questions, the nonsense starts to come out real fast. I want no part of the law. Why should I, or why would I bring it up other than to ask, does it apply to me? Ask, ask, ask. As soon as I claim something, they will prove me a liar and away we go. Asking is not claiming, arguing or refusing. So, I guess as long as he just keeps asking the cop questions, eventually the cop will just go away. And then he goes, let me go back here. I am verifying with you to wit. None of it if it has no law supporting it. Exactly where I want to be. In the realm of common sense, not law. There it is, folks. You guys can see it with your own eyes. This guy is, in my opinion, I believe he is insane. At least out to lunch at a minimum. And I stated, while you're at it, make your own channel and post videos of you not stopping, since you don't need to bring the law into it. Good luck with your theories. I've been there and back, so I would like to see you test your theories in real life like I have. And I put, anything less is just an excuse for your ignorance. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. So I put a quote there, and then I state, go see how far your common sense will take you. After all, common sense isn't common. Then he says, show me your faith and I'll show you my works. Me. Why do you assume I haven't tested what I'm telling you? The script I gave you works regardless whether you have already given him your license or not. You can invoke its incantation at any moment. That's right, folks. You guys need to just start doing magic on the side of the road here when you are stopped by a cop. And then he says, you can invoke its incantation at any moment you feel the cop is maneuvering to charge you with a crime. Of course, because everybody knows when that's happening. I wouldn't even know. That's why I simply plead the fifth. In the middle of questioning, I think that would be a little too late by then, on the side of the road, and anywhere else they won't want to answer. If they won't answer your questions, will they beat you until you answer theirs? If they can't answer your questions, they have no authority. Beat it, flatfoot. Oh yeah, because they're going to beat it alright. They're going to beat you. That's what I think. If they think they can answer the questions, bring it on. What facts or evidence do you rely on to prove your assumption the law applies to me? What is the state? Etc. Here's a link of me testing it. You don't get to hear it, but I do it after they say they smell marijuana in my vehicle. Up till then, I'm playing dumber than a sheep in sheep's clothing. Oh yeah, that's his game. Play dumber than a sheep in sheep's clothing. I don't know. So he puts a link here. Pulled over by Texas HP Honesto while listening to Mark Stevens. Excuse me, folks. But didn't he just finish saying that he doesn't want to do anything with law? So here's the part that's the funny. It gets funnier after he admits that he stopped, because he says right here, pulled over. Make sure annotations are on and study the script. It appears in the middle. Practice it. It works. They have nothing, and they have nothing to support their notion they deserve something. And then I put right here, yak, 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 you're all talk till you show video of you doing something. The world will see you as the fraud that you are. Then he states, I'm doing more than I used to since I found out there was a problem. So factually, what grounds are you saying that I'm a fraud? Which one of us do you think will worship when the words are hollered, get down, get down, get down, slave? So I respond with, are you claiming that you will not do as ordered by a government agent or the government? You don't stop if cops turn the emergency lights on? You simply confirm that you are a fraud and a liar. Keep shoving your foot down your throat, please. And then he states, I say, you accuse like your father the devil. Did anybody see me write that I would not stop? So you accuse without right lies? That makes, wait a minute, I'll get it. Oh yeah, you the fraud. Not that I would call you that, yet somebody comes along with something easier than what you're doing and it just can't be right. Because all of your hard work that you put into it, look, I was just trying to compliment what you do with the simplest script anybody can memorize. I'm not saying you're not going to get arrested. You may have inferred that, but personally I would have thought a big boy like yourself was smarter than that. And it's not really my problem. I gave you what I gave you. You don't like it, delete it. Enjoy, slave. I want out. You stay in if you want to. Call me when it's over. Oh yeah. So this guy is claiming he doesn't want to do anything with the law. He will not obviously when he says that I inferred something, but in fact what happened here was he was stating up here that let me see, where is it at? Something where the part where they say get down, get down. And that's where we went out from there. Give me a second here. Right here. I'm doing more than I used to since I found out there was a problem, so factually, what grounds are you saying that I'm a fraud? Which one of us do you think will worship when the words are hollered, get down, get down, get down? So then he says, slave. So what does that infer there? What can anyone infer? If someone says, oh, well, you're the one that's going to be worshiping when the words are hollered, get down, get down, get down, because you're a slave. So what does that mean? That that person will not get down, get down, get down, or will not do as ordered by a government agent or the government itself. And yet, so I'm saying, okay, that's why I threw this question out there. You don't stop if cops turn their emergency lights on? That's a question, not a statement. It's not my fault or problem that he does not know how to read. You simply confirm that you are a fraud and a liar. Keep shoving your foot down your throat, please. So that's why I asked him as well, are you claiming that you will not do as ordered by a government agent or the government? And the second question posed was, you don't stop if cops turn their emergency lights on? It's a simple question. So then he goes on to say that, did anybody see me write that I would not stop? That was a question. So, I mean, I want to respond with that was a question, learn how to read, please. But I'm going to leave it at this. I'm just making this video so you can see this guy so far has typed so much stuff and has said nothing. Okay, keep that in mind, folks. This is their agenda. They will just waste your time, suck up your time, and they can go back and forth all day, every day, because they're good at doing nothing. They're not good at helping people. They're just good at distracting people. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching, guys. Godspeed.